Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another stream. I'm streaming 2 days in a row. I'm proud of myself. Hopefully, you guys are too. Um, but yesterday was an exciting day. I was working on some of the brand new pull requests for .NET Maui that were inside the Xamarin Forms repo. We looked at the layout and worked on the layout, and we refactored the layout pull request, completely changed it up quite a bit. So it works very differently now. Had a meeting about that today with the forums team. Easy's looking into it. So far, everyone likes the changes, so we should get those in hopefully soon, next couple days, hopefully. And yesterday, when we were working on it, it didn't quite end right. I had no UI showing up when I was using that layout engine, that brand new layout engine, nice and shiny, working great for Xamarin Forms. But when I ran it against Comet and MVU, it was a big white screen. It was actually a big black screen at first. Then we changed default colors to be white, so then it was white, then it was still white. And I was like stuck. And I ended the stream because I'm like, God, whatever. Time for me to be done anyway. It was almost dinner time. And I was like, I don't know what to do, how to fix this. And I spent some time thinking, how do I fix this? What do I do? Well, I ended up getting it fixed last night because just how I am, can't help myself, kept working on it. And I ended up getting it fixed. And I wanted to walk through and show a little bit about how I fixed it. I think that is really interesting, kind of the process I went through and how I fixed things not showing up on screen, especially in the when we're talking about Maui and how Maui works. And so some of the new stuff we added to Maui with the handlers and things like that made it really, really nice to find out why Maui wasn't working. So I was able to go in and get that fixed. So, yeah, let's jump over and show my screen. Or we can just talk for a little bit because not very many people are here. Didn't know if more people wanted to. This is an interesting topic. I think people would like to see it, but might just jump in anyway. Their fault for not paying attention, and they can check out the video later. So, um, let's switch over. Also, as always, if you have a question, ask it. I have no problem getting derailed and talking about new and different things. All right. So, yesterday when we ended, my code was bad. My code was real bad. And I can actually break it again so that way we can see it in that state and we can go through the process of fixing it. So it was all down in the view stuff that my code was broken. And I want to work on this code stuff today. This view is way more complicated than it needs to be. It knows a lot more about layout than it should. And we can clean this puppy up a lot. A lot. All right, so if I go through, it was on something about measure. Yes, this measure. I was using the wrong measure. That was part of it. So if I go down here and change this measure, because I have two, because why wouldn't I have two? Nope, this one. So we're just going to comment this out. And I'll show you what it looks like. Measure with, no, that's the same one I was doing. With height. All right, so this one is wrong. This is old layout code from the old Xamarin Forms. Hey, there's everyone. See, people showed up. All right, so like I was saying, I'm showing off the way the code used to work and how it was broken and then how I fixed it. Because I learned a couple new tricks and there's a couple things that made it really easy with Maui to fix and hunt down these UI things. All right, this is what I was seeing yesterday. Big empty screen. It was white. I set the background to beige since then, so that's why it's a beige color. But nothing working. Nothing at all. So one of the things I did was the first thing I did was I went in, and this is in my code. I could have went and changed the view handlers and messed with their code there, but instead I just injected into view handlers. So into view handler.mapper, and I haven't showed this off. Every time we've injected with a view handler before, we've done this. This is, we've just gone in and set a ViewMapper property, and I think I want to make this work the same as this, or make this one work the same as the first one. So the first thing I did was I went and I added borders to everything. So let's run that again and see what this looks like. So pick a random color, debug rainbows. And hey, we have some things. There's actually a border that goes around the outside. It's really hard to see. There's a brown one. They just picked a bad color that time. So there's one view, and then there's this little purple view up here, or pink, fuchsia, whatever color it turned out to be. That was the first thing. I'm like, okay, there's something on the screen I know I've gotten somewhere. And so, okay, we've got that. And then the next thing I did was I went into here and I did viewmapper.mapper.actions. Now, the reason I did frame as an action, viewmappers have this concept of things that fire. Anything in the default viewmapper is going to get fired on element changed and then also on property changed. If you set it to viewhandler.viewmapper.actions, actions are called only on property change. They're never called on initial setting. And there's a reason for that. The reason is like frame. When we initially start up, we don't have a size. So originally, and I actually fixed this in the Xamarin Forms or in the Maui code base, viewmapper used to have frame here, not in actions. And that meant that the frame was set when it started, when the element was assigned. Then layout would happen, and then layout would set the frame again. And when I was seeing when I started console.write-lining that, those calls were getting called 4-ish times per view. It's just like being called like crazy. Some of it was me injecting and double injecting stuff in, but we only want those to call when it changes because default is 0, 0. Or 0, 0, 0, 0. We're not going to set that, won't matter. So the first thing I did was I hooked into the viewmapper action. So every single viewmapper, when the frame's set, now if I would have done this without the actions, it would work the same. It just would have called that for me when it's set. And then again on the actions would have then been called on updates. All right, now when I did that, this code is really small, so you can't really see it. I wish I could make that bigger a better way, but you'll notice all my views. My view stack is the right size. That's why we see that big brown box around it. But then inside of that, here's this label. The layout has a height of 0. That's why it's not being shown. The horizontal stack does have a proper height and a width, but then each button has its width of 0. And so everything's being set too small. All right. Now I'm like, oh, okay. I know I've got a problem. Let's go fix my view. And I realized I was using the wrong measure. Now we're going to fix this today so we only have one measure. I want to clean up a lot of this code. But the first thing I did was just switch it to the right measure call because everything needs 2 measure calls. And at that point, all my UI started showing up. Before that, though, I'm like, all right, let's find a better way aside from console.write-lining. That gave me the exact hints I needed, and I was able to hunt it down and fix it. I'm like, there's got to be utilities to do this. There is a paid option called Reveal. There's a few, hey, now we see all my little lines. It's blue now instead of brown, and everything's showing up. It's really ugly, but that's exactly how it looked like inside the Maui sample. So I know it's working right. I know my layout's working right, which is really exciting to get it down to that. All right, so now that that's done, I was like, there's got to be a better way. And I started looking at different tools, and I remember the old tool called Reveal. It's a paid option. In my opinion, I think it costs, I don't use these tools enough to justify the expense of it. It's like $60 a year, which I'm like, I use these tools like 3 times a year. If it was like $20 and I paid once and it worked forever, maybe even for periodic updates, pay for updates, I'd be okay with, but I just can't subscribe to something I don't use very often. Like I said, we have some built-in things like this, just inject in, and I added border. This could have been foo, it could have been whatever. But I did the console.write-lining, and that lets me know whenever we set the frame, what was it set to? Well, nothing. Now it's got heights. And so I'm like, okay, there's Reveal. I found a couple other third-party projects. And I even tried using Reveal. I'm like, okay, well, it's a native project. It's not Xamarin. So now I have to bind the server lib, and that wasn't going well. But Xcode does have a new tool, or does have a tool in here, Debug, View, Debugging. And it has really cool things, but they're all grayed out. And you're like, well, how can I make these things work? And so I spent some time and figured out how to do that with Xamarin. And so what you need to do is just create any iOS project or open one that you've downloaded. If you've cloned some open source stuff, it really doesn't matter what it is. You just need an iOS app. We're not going to be using it. This is my debugging bugging dummy app. It just needs to be there because you have to have something loaded that's iOS. And we're just going to set this on my desktop because I don't care. Where is my desktop? I can see it. Okay. We're just going to add that to my desktop. All right. So now I have an application. I don't even care about all this stuff that's popping up. Let's just close half of it. It doesn't matter. The main thing I need to do now is to connect Xcode to my running Xamarin app, and it's super easy to do. So you have to be patient because it does take a minute, but you can go into here and attach processes and try finding it. Not worth it. What you can do instead is go by name, and this even has autocomplete. All right. My project is called Maui.sample. It will match what's here because that's what the project templates puts into the info.p list. So if that matches, and I don't know if we need the live allocations, but I have it enabled anyway. Click attach. Now that just matters what is right here in this display name. So whatever's in there in the info.p list. But yeah, don't save. But now I tell Xcode to connect, and Xcode's going to take a minute. It is not fast at connecting to a running app. Oh, wait, I did something wrong. All right, notice now I have two simulators. The first thing you had to do, and this was really tricky, let's stop that, and that stopped this app debugging. You don't need it debugging. I do because I want to debug. But if we jump into Xcode again, make sure your simulators match. If they don't match, it will not connect. I don't know why, it just won't. So iPhone 11, iPhone 11. Now I can connect. That crucial part is making sure they match. So dumb. All right, so now let's attach. Let's attach again. Now it's saying attaching to this on the iPhone 11. And it's slow. Still attaching. If you try using any of these things now, notice now they're up, but they're not going to work. If I try doing this, it gives me some crazy. Okay, last time I tried that too soon, it gave me an error. But now I have all of this. And if we go back to the old views, we would still see those buttons on screen. They just would have a frame of 0, 0. And so being able to see these things are nice. And I did that whole debug rainbow, like manual debug rainbow stuff. But if I go into here, I can go into view, debugging. I can say show view frames. Come on. Show view frames. Let me try that again. Last time it showed them. I wonder if it's because I took the snapshot. I wonder if it doesn't like that. Let's stop. Stopping it, of course, stops that. I'll just launch it, then reconnect again. Last time I played with all those before I took the snapshot, so I don't know. Maybe there's something interesting with the snapshot. So let's attach to the process again. Attach. Maybe it'll attach faster without. See, now it's attached. Once you see this, you know it's attached and ready to go. Now debug, view. I can just say view frames, and it does all those for me and frames everything out, and I can see where the view edges are, which is just really nice. Just turn that on and turn it off. Show alignment rectangles. And I don't know if you can see if it'll show them because they're both on. But being able to come in here and just, yeah, it's the same alignment rectangles. Whoa, something crashed. Monojit runtime. It probably would have been fine if I kept the debugger going. I don't know. But hey, I'm actually debugging my Xamarin app. It's awesome. So awesome. In Xcode, I'm debugging it. So I highly recommend you try out those tools. If you're really fighting UI stuff, it's not too hard. Like I said, just make sure they match. Attach to a process, whatever you have in that info.p list, and off it goes. And you know what the cooler part is? Why, hello, Sweeky. Showing this off for iOS and Xcode. This same exact process, it's almost the same, will work with Android Studio. You can use the Android tools to do the same view visualizer stuff and debug your app and see what's going on. So you have native tools. Just because, yeah, so don't worry, there's stuff there and you can play with things. But yeah, doing that capture view and being able to see everything, nice. Even though this is a very simple app. But seeing all these views out here, that's money. So years ago with iOS 7 or iOS 8, can't remember, one of the iOSs that came out, they started doing this new, or they still do this. There's a bug. So they take this screenshot of your app whenever you'd minimize it. So then the next time it launches, they'd show you the screenshot while your app's waking back up. And then they dismiss the screenshot and your app should be in the same state because they just tombstoned your app. Well, there was a bug in Gmusic to where music would be playing because I re-inputted in the app either by pressing like play on the music stuff and then start playing. App's responsive, app's working. But I would still, that screenshot would not disappear. Back then I used Reveal to do the same type of thing, but I used one of these UI debugging tools and their screenshot view was just not being dismissed. My app was active. If I connected it and I could scroll around and do things, I could actually see the UI layer changing as I'm touching and dragging because this view wasn't capturing touches, but it was still there blocking my app. And so I ended up writing some code that looked for a view of a specific type inside the view hierarchy whenever my app came to the front. And if it was there, I just removed it from the view myself. And it instantly fixed that bug of my app appearing locked when it wasn't. So using these tools to know what's going on, it's really awesome, really useful to figure these things out. So yes, when your buttons and stuff are not where they're supposed to be, or I mean, not showing up, you can at least check if they're in the visual tree this way and see why not. In my cases, no heights and no widths. Right. That was fun. All right. Like I said, even just for built-in stuff, just to hook into the view mappers and get that frame out. So I'm printing that out. And then that also let me know that we were calling it too often. So that's why I moved frame to actions. And now it only gets called when it updates. All right. So that's great, and that works. So now let's jump back into some comment stuff, and let's clean comment up. It's a mess. There's lots of stuff that exists. This is the old measure that came from. This is the old comment one. Now there's a few things that we do need to get out of here. So this still might not even necessarily be right once we get going on. Because what we would always do first is check if there's a built view, because comment has this whole replaceable view. So yeah, it would do that. So if measure is invalid, then we can also just do, hey, if built view is, oops. All right. And we can just now pass this in because this we need to have. This is because views can be replaced and the built view is the view that's actually being displayed. Just it goes down to there's a view collapsing that exists inside of Comet. And we're probably gonna have to start dealing with some of this probably today. So when we're building out these MVU samples, and this is a crappy sample because we just made it quickly and it's not right. But we have this whole create view thing, right? And the create view can be fired differently. And we can even have like rv equals new view, and then do body equals. And now we can return a whole new view, right? Just a label. And you're like, well, why would you do that? Well, because you can make things change based on whether it's there. But the idea is that even though we have this view, this is the real view. That is the built view. So that's the measurement that matters, not this measurement, but this value. And in the case of a text, it will never have a built view because it is its view. And so it will always be text.that. Unless we're hot reloading, then the built view could be the replaced view. It's a mess, I know. And so I want to clean some of that up today. So that's definitely one thing I want to make sure we get out of here. This whole constraints things is awesome, but I don't think we're going to keep that around because we're going to need to do that in. We're going to need to deal with these constraint things inside of cross-platform layer, not in Comet. I'm going to delete the old measure now that I brought the built view stuff over. And so measured size is always going to, hey, we got a built view, use its measured size. And actually, dun. I wonder if we can just use measured size instead of this desired size. Where's that come from? All right, let's ditch this and do measured size. And that's gonna, oops, wrong hotkey. That's gonna break a few things. So let me get it wasn't in a bad spot, but let's get it over there by me. All right, so let's go through and clean some of that up a little. That's gonna break a few things. So measured size, and we may even refactor this and rename it to desired size. But for now, measured size works. Now let's see if this builds again, and if we have UI. Still have UI. Uh-oh. All right. Measured size. All right, done, done, done. That's done. It was broken a few places. Is that the only place it's broken? What other errors? Abstract, layout extensions. I think that's good. Let's run it again. Oh, measure. Now that I deleted that, size.width, available size.height, and I don't even know if we need this extension anymore. These layout extensions probably aren't going to matter. We'll need some of these actually, because these are some of these are needed to set things. Right. Scroll view. Oh, scroll view. So scroll view also at some point no, scroll view is not. All right, that's interesting. All right, so I don't know if that's right, but let's fix all that. So there's a lot of things that we're using this, and that should be it. We're getting like triple the builds errors because we're building for iOS, Android, and Mac each build. And so it's like, whoa, 9 errors when it's really only 3. Well, that's nice. But yeah, I want to go through and let's get a lot of this old code out of there. Because last time I was just getting it to compile and I wasn't doing a lot of things to really change it into the new Maui way. I wish this whole Maui thing existed before I started on this, so I could have always built it according to that. Sorry. Hair's tickling my face. Hair's too long. All right, are you going? I wonder if it's because this is still debugging and it's locking the debugging APIs. It was. All right, so that's up and running now. And we still have layout. That's good. All right. So let's go through this view class and see if there's anything else we can clean up and remove. Actually, I should probably commit this. Actually, let's branch. I don't want to do this on the dev branch. New branch. Bring all my changes. It's all right, commit, publish. Okay, so we pushed that up. Now I want to go, it's going to reload like crazy. Switching branches always freaks it out. So Squeaky is the only one that said hi. A lot of you guys are just lurking, quietly lurking. Anything interesting you want to see? Because I've got kind of in my mind my own little roadmap of where I was going with this today. But if there's things you guys want to see or talk about, ask. We'll do that stuff instead. Visible can. The Xcode inspector thing, and you saw it, so now you're out of here? You're done? All right. So let's dig through this. I think I want to clean up view and see if we can get actual stuff working in here, because right now in our sample it's super lame. Super lame. I'd like to make it actually kind of work like Comet more than it does. So right now I have this like iApp thing that has a create view. We have no concept of hot reload. I don't know. I don't even know what's missing to make this thing more active. So I want to kind of go through and look and see what's in here. All right, gesture stuff probably all needs to go die. The gesture stuff is all wrong. I hate the gesture stuff. We're ditching all events. Anything layout related, I'm gonna delete. What could go wrong? Because we're gonna use the new layout. All right, active views. That's all cool. Good stuff in there. We're probably going to do stuff with this view handler changing. I don't know. It might be wrong. It might be right. I don't know. Gestures are dying for now. This is the whole hot reload concept. So if we have a all right. So what's actually using get render view? Because this is important. I want to make sure we're doing this right. All right, eventually we're doing view. Okay, so that's how the built view gets set, which is perfect. That's what I want to make sure of. All right, so built view. Okay, because we have the concept of a built view and a replaced view because of hot reload. So that's no big deal. View, I don't know what that even does. Is that ever even called? Why? View representable. What is that class? I don't even know what that is. Should I add that? Do I have get stuff in here? No, I always turn that stuff off. All right, I want to go see what that class is and where it came from. Comment. See who we can blame for this weird thing. Probably was me. I'm gonna blame John though. Bet it was John. He's not here anymore, and he hasn't been working on this for a long time. I'm gonna blame him. One contributor ever. But whatever happened in the history? Renamed files. So this could have been from like the initial stuff because there's no me adding it. Yeah, he's got that GitHub hoodie. I want one of those without switching jobs. All right, I don't know what this thing is. I'm deleting it. Like, all right, and then we're gonna delete that view will update thing too, because I don't even know. It's not even used. Simple. We need to simplify things. This thing's a mess. All right, all right. Oh, the gesture stuff. All right, needs layout. All right, and this code came directly from Maui. I just copy and pasted that in. I had to change this a little bit to use my get desired size stuff because my get desired stuff does all the whole built view stuff here. All right. I think we're getting somewhere. All right, handler stuff. All right, we just deleted a lot of code. I like it. How many lines did we just ditch? A lot. That's a fake change. Fake news. I hate those fake news changes. All right. Like, why? It just did all that noise by doing that. Because it unloaded it. And so then when you reload it, it gives it a new GUID. Dumb. So dumb. Just use the GUID that was already there. No, it was not deleted. Don't lie to me. Okay, let's get this reloaded. Let's see if we can get hot reload working. To do that, we're going to need a new handler type. We're going to need a view handler. All right, so I was working on something prior to all this stuff coming in. So hot reload is complicated. Just is. I mean, the concept of it. Comet is also semi-complicated because you have the concept of those views that are parent view, but aren't anything real. Now, in a normal app, that view is not real and doesn't need to be a real native view if that content can never change. Okay? So if that content can't change, I don't need a real view that matches that. However, here's the tricky part. If that view is in debug mode, the content can always change because we can hot reload. So if hot reload's enabled, not debug mode, if hot reload's enabled, then we can swap out those views. So nothing's sacred. Everything can be swapped out. So in that case, it needs a native view to be a placeholder. So that way I have something to swap content in and out of. So that's one thing. The other option is if we look at old code, old sample code in Comet. Why is my scroll over? All right, sample. So if we look at some old Comet code, how's my audio? I'm a little closer to the mic than I have been. Hopefully it's still fine. All right, my horrible, ugly binding sample. So what if your body looks like this? Especially this. If your body looks like this, I know there are times I'm just because of this, right? This right here. If can edit changes, I'm going to need to switch between a text field and a text and a label, right? Switch between the two states. So in that case, I know this parent, this view needs to be replaceable. So it needs a real content in its place. Now, that gets even complicated even more because what about a navigation view? And a navigation view is not a real view because it's just not. It's just there to communicate. I want something to have that title. So maybe we need to come up with something better than a navigation view. Maybe we keep with it. I don't know. But either way, there's a bit more. That means this one needs to be replaceable, even if it's not in hot reload mode. So I started on some work to calculate that because it actually wasn't too hard to figure out. So if I go to a Comet view, which is in controls, is it this one that I have that? I can't remember. Why are you complaining? Stop complaining. So when we build the view, there are no docs that I know of. I just found out I could do it today or last night. So I don't think there's any docs. I don't know if anyone at Xamarin has ever tried. Super easy. Did you need the rundown again, President Not Sure? Mr. Highest IQ in the room. All right, so all you have to do, since we're on iPhone 11, you go to Xcode, make sure, open any iOS project, make a new dummy one, it doesn't matter. Make sure the simulator here matches. iPhone 11, iPhone 11. Then you can go up to debug, and you can do attach to process. You can go through this whole list, but don't do that. Go up to attach by process, And it's whatever the display name is in your info.p list, or whatever you name the project is what it defaults to. So in my case, Maui, as soon as I start typing that, look, Maui sample iOS. I click attach, and if those don't match, it's not going to work. Make sure they match. Very key. All right, then this thing attaches, does its thing. Once this is here, it's attached. At that point, you can just go like debug, and then all your view debugging stuff works. Let's show frames. So exciting. Or go in and do like view debugging, capture view hierarchy. That's it. The tricky part was I did not make sure these things matched at first. And then when I first did it, I didn't wait for it to connect. And I tried running it, and it's like, this thing's not loaded. This thing's not loaded. I'm like, why? Well, why not? But it's because it didn't finish loading. So, yeah, pretty simple. Really straightforward. And you get all this awesome sauce. So I'm wondering if they added on the layer is where they added that color. I don't know, because they're showing up in there, which is kind of cool. No, they have UI debug color bounds view. Check that out. They add a new view to make that work. That's pretty awesome. Oh, and you can focus in. I don't know this tool very well. This thing's new to me. Can I get out? Let me out. I can't get out. Oh, click the X. There we go. So yeah, really easy to use. It's awesome. All right. So where's that code I wrote on this? I had, oh, here it is. All right. Has content. So this little beauty, this Boolean here, is all I need. If I have this, I can tell after it's built its view, at this point I can check has content. If it and it doesn't even do the renderings, the handler stuff, until the body's built. So at at render getting the handler time, I can check if it has content. If it has content, I know it needs to have a parent view. If it doesn't have content, it doesn't need a parent view, which is pretty sweet. Kind of like that. And that should make it really simple to enable hot reload. I hope. Let's check. Oh, all right. So to do that, hold on one second. I put it charging at the plugged it in your room. Wife just asking where her computer was. I'm like, I charged it. All right. So to do this, if we look at how our sample is, we were talking a lot about the renderer and how how the registrar works today in our forms meeting. Our registrar is one of those things that it works great, but it's pretty basic, but it's fast. We were comparing it to other solutions, and people were looking at like how they do things in like ASP.NET and all their DI stuff there. Our registrar is the registrar we're using in Maui is way faster because there's none of the assembly scanning or anything. It's just fast. Oh, this is the. Did I open the wrong? I opened the wrong solution. I'm trying to find my new sample and it's not there because they thought it was deleted, so they removed it from the list. Right. Let's switch to our other simple one. All right. We're also going to need to deal with navigation here because I have not done that yet. And that needs figured out. All right, so let's do this. Just thinking my way through this. I have a lot of commented out code in here. All right, and yeah, see, I even put in some nice little code on there. We need to collapse. Ha ha ha. So that'll automatically figure out which view we need under get render view. But I don't know. At some point, this may or may not be right. Because the view is going to have to ask for its render view at some point. So I don't even like that. We're just going to return it back to built view. Let's comment that out in case I'm wrong. Not that I'm ever wrong. Ever. Always right. Just ask my wife. All right, so we're going to go with this. Let's just build the code. I got to stop fiddle thinking and get it done. Just scared. And then I will need to if that's the case, I need built view. We're going to change this up a tad bit. All right. Stop fiddle thinking and get it done. All right, so what we'll do is we will do a... I'm gonna add handlers in here. That's the beauty of this, is I can do that now. So new folder. I am going to do a add new class. We will do just thinking this through. Let's just call this comment view. All right, I think that's right. And we did have a comment platform or whatever. All right, so what we're going to do is very similar. Let's split this up. Public. Capitalize that. All right, so we'll do public partial class. Delete that. Now we can also do add new class. Comment view handler dot ios dot cs. If I can spell partial right. All right. All right, my neck's popping. We're also going to need to inject in just thinking this through. All right. Anyone has thoughts or ideas, tell me. Tell me what to do. I'll do it. All right, so we're gonna be doing something more similar to this. Before we do these public partial things, we're gonna put the mapper inside of the common layer. And we can type this directly down to view. And we can bring in the existing view handlers. And the main one we're going to do here is name of view.builtView. So when the built view changes, we're going to need to swap out its content. And we're going to need to do a view on each platform, which is just a view that's gets its height from its child and wraps it. And how does trying to remember how layout works with this. So in our code, we just snagged in here. All right, this stuff. So this is going to do layout manager, resolve the constraints, and then it's going to call it get desired size. Get desired size is going to pass it off to the handler. So that'll be fine because we can always ask the child. What its desired size is. Or sorry, yeah, we can ask the built view what its desired size is. All right. So let's do, for now, public static class map, and what's, all right, map, I view handler. All right, so now we can just map. Oh, I should actually make that a void. Then it's valid C#. Class. Why did I say class? Come on, guys. You guys are watching, so you can tell me what I'm doing wrong. Thanks for the help. All right, we are actually going to move this out of here, though. I want to put one into here. All right, so let's do that. Now we can minimize this stuff down. Notice inside of, oh, I have both solutions open. Why not? All right, so also you'll notice inside of here how we have just like the .cs. I thought we had a .net one, so that way, do we not have that? So that way it still compiles? Let me look at one of the other ones. Nope, not yet. All right, abstract handler will do it. Or will it not? I don't know. All right, so to do this though, we're also going to need to create a class for each platform. We have our handlers, handler that. So let's do a new class, and this is going to be Comet view container .cs. Oh, not .cs. I want to name it .ios.cs. All right, so now we have an iOS one. And this will build an iOS. This one's super easy. Why won't you restore? Okay, let me close the solution, reopen it. Close all solutions. Save. Now let's reopen it. All right, so this will be our root container, which will also work for an app, because an app is the same thing. In Comet, an app is just a view. There we go. All right. So we're going to have this on here, right? So now inside the handler, we will do over, oh no, this needs to be abstract handler, right? And the virtual view is, oh, sorry, view, because it needs to be a comment view. And the native view is this. And I thought we had like add new class. think. Nope. All right, let's go check what's in those NuGet targets. I thought I had that folder still opened. All right, so let's just open up Comet or Forms into here. All right, so inside of here, we have the multi-targeting. Standard. Standard. All right. So let's go back into here. All right. So now that's going to make that to where that magically only exists on standard. So now my handler is going to tell me it's just missing on Android. And we'll create that. Add new class. This is going to be Comet. And we're probably going to need to build a view controller equivalent to this. Slash fragment, slash activity, slash however we're doing these things. Comet view container. No, contain. Did I spell them all wrong? No. Container dot android.cs. All right, we'll fight that later. All right, so now in the handler, they exist everywhere. Aww, so cool. Why container? Why not container? All right, we are going to need to do this. If Android does it differently, and what's their things? If all right, because this one is going to take the something about context. You're lagging? I am about, my preview shows about 5 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds. Not too bad. What's this thing called? Context? Because I'm guessing we're gonna need the context on that Android thing. Hotkeys aren't working. Oh well, ignore that for now. Let's go back to iOS because that's what we're working on. Name a view. All right. Fix your internet, Squeaky. You kind of live in like a place that has good internet, I would assume. I would hope. All right. That's working. All right. So now public property mapper. Oh no. Whoa, whoa. View handler, property mapper. This comment view mapper. Done. I like it. A lot. Very good. Very nice. All right. So now we have our generic container. Doesn't do anything yet. All right. So when this view gets set, It is then going to do this one's going to be super simple. No, why in the world would it do that? I need to add code there. I do like that syntax typically. All right, so base and then child view. All right, child view dot frame equals this dot bounds. Super easy. All right. All right, we can just do child view question mark dot remove from super view if there's an existing one equals view dot get to native. Actually, question mark here. If child view is not equal to null, done. iOS container view was easy. We have a container view. Now let's see if we can make this puppy work. Now, for the tricky part, we need to make the registrar choose which view it should use. That's the tricky part. Now, how to do that? How to do that? On the last one, what I did just thinking. All right. What I did last time was I had an interface. Replaceable view. All right, we're going to look at the private old Maui stuff because it's what I do. So when I was doing this before, I added, in core, inside of, is it here? Replaceable view. And so this is cool because I can just do an interface check. If it's replaceable view, get the replaced view. Now, that's pretty cool for hot reload. That fixes hot reload. Oh, and I can make that. All right, I can make that work. So that's what I did before, right? If it's a replaceable view, check if the replaced view is null. If it's null, do it self, else use the replaced view. So let's add this in here. And I'm just gonna call it the same thing. And I wonder if this will stick. I don't know. All right, that's going, finally caught up. All right, so now what I can do on view, all right, so that, let me, all right. Now here what we'll do is we'll say What did I name that stupid thing? That property I showed you guys at the beginning of my stream. Has content or something like that. Now this also needs to do... If it has replaced view... That might be way off. I don't even know. That could be crazy logic. We'll have to go check it out. I think I got my ifs and nulls and all that stuff the right order. I invert that stuff all the time. Let's just code that. Hope it's right. Whew. All right. So here we go. So now what we'll do here, if I replaceable view, all right, type equals, uh, so we'll just do that. So we're not doing that check twice. Oh, I can C#. I can code, I promise. All right, so now we'll do that. See if it works. I have no idea what I'm doing. All right. So let's test this out. What we'll do, we're going to do that. We're going to create a new sample. All right, inside the sample, we're going to do add new class, main page. Okay. And yes, I still say page. I'm stuck on forms. Stuck on me. IntelliSense, you know you want to work. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to go copy this. All right, so now we do that. All right. And, oh, wrong hotkey. Let's just see what this thing does. If I did everything right, this should work. If I did everything right. And we should have... Nope. Wait, which ones? For which platform is it complaining about? All right, we need to do one of these for iOS and standard. The nice thing about this is it does make sure we do it all right. Because if we don't, this happens. Actually, I'm just going to do this. Oh no, that's on the main one. So whatever we do here. Actually, I'm not even setting. This goes back to what I was saying before. We don't even need these ones. All right, so now here we can just do as comment container view. Actually, we just can do set view. Done. All right. That covers all the platforms, except Android does not have that yet. And we need to add this to the standard, which is just going to be dummy, never ever called. Public class that, dun dun dun. I like it. Let's see if it runs. Getting somewhere. Oh, all my gesture stuff. I deleted all that, didn't I? Goodbye, gestures. What? Identifier expected. Oh. Android views. I think I can do, there's a generic layout container I can do. What's it called? Core container view frame layout. Frame layout, my good friend. And then here, all we have to do all right, so now main view. Oh, it's a partial class? Okay, so we don't need to deal with this. And I don't think I even need all of this. What we'll do is this is the part we need. All right, so again, if what we'll do up here, using a view equals android.views.view. A view child view. If child view is not equal to null, this dot remove view child view. Done. Then what we'll do is child view equals view.toNative. Let's save this context off. Context. All right, so we've got that. Now we can do this right here. Done. That's what I wanted. Now Android should technically work too. Build and work. Oh, it's all gone. Let's see how we're doing. Is it building? No errors so far. We might have just done iOS. Oh, not the iPod Touch. Come on. How? Why? Tempted to click on it just to see if it worked though. This one still might have the Xcode stuff debugging. Stop. It won't run until it's done. All because President Not Sure distracted us. I know. It's like they reordered. And why? What's null? Don't tell me it's null. What's null? I don't know what's null. Is it lying to me? Yeah, I don't know why the reorder happened, but it's driving me nuts. Like, it's not even alphabetical. O is after H. iPads would be first. Maybe it's reverse alphabetical order. No, because 8 would be in front of SE. I don't even know how they order these things or why. It's not real alphabetical because that. Unless numbers are after letters, but then why is parentheses before A? That's funny. It's offering me my wife's phone to debug because it's on the Wi-Fi. Because that's what I always do. She'd love that. Oh, this is expanded. Try this again. Hmm? All right. Handler is null. Why is handler null? Let's see what's going on. I did register those, didn't I? Maybe I forgot to. That could be my fault. Let's check. Comment platform. I forgot to register. Ignore that one. That one didn't count. Wait, what? Why is it complaining? No. What I call that? Comment. Then handlers. I named it. Is it distracting when I dance along to my music? I don't know if I can stop it, so it is what it is. Just curious. It's gotta be fun trying to guess what I'm listening to. Pretty good about not singing along. Happens once in a while. All right. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Do we have a rehandler now? Let's see if it works. It crashed. No. I bet I'm doing everything in a loop there. VStack. Wait, yeah. Because why were we VStack now our main page? Main page. Main page. This is where this needs to go. Oh, this should be. That's, I think, what that should be. Good thing I've got my green screen up. There's a dog and a kid walking around me. All right, let's try that. Which means I'll need to go fix Android too. All right, because now Vue getting passed as a VStack. Hey, thanks for the follow, Sean Rhoda. All right, I had one. Maybe I need to call get render view. We're gonna call get render view. It'll always be the right view. Is that not public or something? Get view. No, that's internal. Why is that internal? I don't know why that's internal. I have an extension to call that. I'm just gonna do the get view right there. I had to clean that up. Yeah, I don't know the set dance moves for any song. I mean, I know like Crank That Soldier Boy or something like that, a few random ones back from the Connect dance game or whatever. It worked! It worked! Right? What are you saying? Why are you copying me again? I'm glad you enjoy copying me. I've been rearranging my office, so it's kind of a mess right now, but I've got a couch right next to my desk now, so I can sit on the desk and hang on my over. Don't spit. That's disgusting. Yeah, but keep it in your mouth. All right, so that's working. Now let's see if we can get hot reload to work, guys. It should be super easy. All right, so let's add. He's just off screen. All right. Let's do um called comment.reload? What? Hear that. You can't hear that in there. If I let you hear that there, I can't hear it. Oh, it's all like Clancy.comment. I know that song. What's the package called? Does anyone remember? That's right. It's easy to go find out. Let's go look at samples. What? No, there's no one talking. There's no one to hear because they type. So right there, look. When there's new words there, that's how they talk. So his new thing is when I'm in meetings, he goes and grabs another pair of headphones, puts them on, and then tells me he wants to hear what I'm hearing. I'm like, I'm doing wireless. We can't just like plug both headphones in. Doesn't work. Besides, he'd then hear all the confidential information, right? Why is it not first? Oh, show pre-release. There's nothing to hear. They're not talking. They're talking. Squeaky laughed. That's what she typed. She laughed. And she said, "Hi, small Clancy." Why did you say that, Squeaky? He wants to know. You can ask her.
I do.
Oh, you ask her. Oh, we don't fit in this chair together. Not
Yes,
under the
we
desk.
do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we Daddy will.
Yeah. She said she was saying hi. That is all. And your face is a mess.
That was your kitty?
No, that's someone else's kitty. I had one of the work Discord channels up of cats because there's a new notification there. And so now he sees cats sleeping on keyboards. Those are Direct Hex's cats, or cat. It sleeps on his computer.
Why?
Cats do what they want. All right, so let's see if that works. All right, so I added that to. All right, so let's add this one as well.
Dad?
Yeah. What do you want to hear? What though? There's nothing to hear. Because
Stop.
no, they can't talk. That's not how it works. All right, you taking the mouse doesn't work either. All right, if debug. We have the, hey, come on, don't do that. So my mouse program, if you move the mouse to the other, don't, I can't type while you're doing that. If he moves it to my other screen, my keyboard goes the other screen, mid-typing. Okay, the namespace. All right. You are working against me. Oh, yeah. What?
Find out you.
There's nothing to hear, bud. I want to hear them too. Why not?
Find out you.
You want to hear music too?
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you there, bud.
Anytime.
You can go play with one of the speakers out in the kitchen or something.
Why? Why, Dad?
Let's see if this hot reloads.
Dad?
Oh, we're not sending the notification though. It still might work. What are you? No, don't push buttons.
Jacked up on Mountain Dew.
You pushed the wrong one. It ends this. Oh, his questions don't end. They're never-ending questions. All right. So I can't see. Let's move this here. Which one? These ones are all allowed. Those are the only ones you're allowed to push there. Okay.
The mountain.
I already added it. I had the package to both, so it should work. And it says we're already using Roslyn. And actually, the top pushing buttons.
Ouch! Baseballs!
I hear it. I hear it. All right, you can hear it. Now we're going to get an echo, guys.
I'm all jacked up
Oh,
on
I have those
Mountain
speakers
Dew.
turned off. Try again. You'll hear it.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes,
Jacked up on Mountain Dew.
just wait longer.
Yeah, to press that.
Yeah, you pushed the wrong one. I told you not those ones. All right. There's the stream deck. There's sounds. Have fun for a minute. Let me test
I'm all
this.
jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Sorry for the ad. They're stuck in an ad.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Ouch! Baseballs!
Oh, we don't
All right,
pay
we're
that.
back. So sorry about the ad. That was not
I'm all
intentional.
jacked up on Mountain Dew.
All right. Now can I work?
Homie, don't play that.
I want to see if this works. We were almost done. We're ready to test it.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
All right. I can't try this again. All right.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
No one wants to hear this. Oh no! What happened? What happened? Hot Reload did something.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Oh. The ensure UI thread stuff I never fixed.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Yes, you are. No, you're not. I don't let you drink Mountain
I'm
Dew.
all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Okay, I'm happy.
Hey, I guess they're right. Senior citizens, although slow and dangerous behind the wheel,
All right, let's fix this
can
really
still
quick.
serve a purpose.
You only let me press those.
You can push any of those ones now. Not that one. That one will take you to a different screen, but these ones are allowed. I've added some new ones I've never used. I had the right time.
Hey, I guess they're right. Senior citizens, although slow and dangerous behind the wheel,
Differently, your
can
legs
still
on
serve
mine
a
are.
purpose.
All right, let me fix this now. Let's go to the
Spaceballs.
platform handler.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
The old Comet's hookups were
I'm
missing.
all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Stop pushing Mountain Dew.
Homie, don't play that.
I'm all jacked
Homie,
up.
don't play that.
All right,
I'm all
too
jacked
fast.
up on Mountain Dew.
I don't remember what they all are.
I'm not a quack. I'm a mad scientist.
There we go.
There's
That's a good one.
difference.
All right, let me focus for 2 seconds, son. Source. Platform, iOS.
According to the map, we've only gone about 4 inches. You know, I don't think we have enough gas money.
That's a good one.
Hey, I guess they're right. Senior citizens,
We've
although
heard that
slow
one, like, so
and
many
dangerous
times
behind
now.
the wheel, can still serve a purpose.
money, more money, more money.
All right, I was trying to go into this class.
According to the map, we've only gone about 4 inches. You know, I don't think we have enough gas money.
That's what I need.
It's working.
So in platform, I need to set up all my thread stuff.
I'm not a quack. I'm a mad scientist. There's a difference.
All right, are you done?
That's number 2.
But are you done? That's the question we're all wondering. Are you done?
No. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. I'm let that jump in under dew.
All right, I need to type. If
I'm not a quack. I'm a mad scientist.
let's actually
There's a
do this
difference.
slightly different. So let's add in.
Jump number dew.
More money, more money,
Class.
more money.
Comment.
That?
Yeah. Everyone wants to just hear noise sound bites
Man.
right now.
You are one pathetic loser.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. I'm Mountain Dew, right?
I don't know, bud. Partial.
No printer, do. It's working! It's working! It's walking. It's working! It's working!
Wait, hold on, I need to make this a partial class.
It's working!
It's not working. I'm trying to make it work. Are we muted? Did he mute me? I'm not muted. Sound says it's working. He,
Just no printer, do.
I shows me sounds working.
It's working!
All right.
It's working! It's walking. It's walking. It's working! It's working! It's working!
Hold on. You broke stuff.
It's working! It's working!
Huh. Stop talking for seconds to it. No, it's working. It's you, Squeaky. I unmuted my preview where I'm streaming Twitch and I hear it. It's you.
60% of the time, it works every time.
It's working.
All right, I'm working now.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. That do. Jack jumping number do. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Jack jumping number do. Jumping number. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Jack
Is
jumping
it override on that?
do.
All right, no more. No more. You're driving me crazy.
I'm jumping number two.
Would. All right, no more.
I'm not a quack. I'm a mad scientist. There is a difference.
All right.
I wanna press it for.
All right, last time. Last button. You're scaring everyone away.
It's working! It's working!
Yep. Everybody's leaving. All right, let's see if this works again. Let's see if I can get this working. All right. Why is the hotkey not working? All right. That should work now. And then that'll do that. I just want to make sure that fires. That working should now my hot reload work, although I broke the sample when I was just coding. Let's try that again. Sorry for the intermission there. He's a wild man. I don't know what to say. One of these days, I'm just going to let him do it. And I'm going to sit back, let him do the live stream. Come on. Ooh, not one pass. I don't want you. See if we can get this to run. What? Yep, some people at my meeting left. You scared them away. Nope, not kidding. Hot reload worked. It worked. Is my audio still working for anyone else? Twitch is showing that it's working. I can hear it on my preview. So I'm hoping it's working for everybody. Why are you back? Why are you on my chair? No, not pushing my buttons. You're...
I'm just saying that.
I know. No, don't push the buttons. Because I'm working. It actually is working. It's doing good. And you're here distracting me again. Look, we made it work. Tell me what I wrote. You see anything you recognize? No? What about that word? Do you know that one? What word is that? No? I thought you knew that one. Don't. Because. Don't.
What? Please.
Oh, that didn't do. Hey, didn't that do color?
Listen.
Alright, so it's just the color's not working, I'm guessing. Okay. Sun? Yes, that's empty. Leave my can alone. No, you're not allowed to drink Mountain Dew. It's for Dad only.
Fine. When you
Oh,
stuff.
nope. Alright, so we've made improvement. We've got hot reload working. That's really, really, really okay. Get down. I won't. Alright. So hot reload is working. That's awesome. New HStack. Now I want to actually go and check the view hierarchy. We're going to use our little Xcode trick again because I want to see what this thing created. I have no idea. Why don't you go recycle that? Nope. All right. Connected. Let's try this. Debug. Comment container view. Now, I do wonder if I'm doing this right. The only way to truly tell is if I put this into the app stuff I had before. So, main page. No, it's not doing it right. Well, it is, because it's replacing the root. Let me try something else now. So let's do... All right, we added a new view. Now this one we're going to go body, new view or new text. Well, let's see what that does. Absolutely nothing. Let's go take that snapshot again. Something's not right. Ah, it was Chrome. Knew it wasn't me. Why is this not happening? Did the hot reload even happen? It's just checking the console output to see if it actually is hot reloading. I wonder if doing that snapshot broke something. Because I should have been able to hot reload that. Let's comment it out because I want to be able to try that. See if hot reload works on that. Okay, so I think we just got hot reload working properly. I do think debugging in with that Xcode thing does something with the mono debugging. Because yeah, even stopping and starting the debugger didn't do something. It definitely is doing something. It's either pausing the app or I don't know what it's doing because my hot reload stopped working. All right, so that's not going to compile. This will. That didn't work. Why not? Look at that. View has no height. Its height measurement is not using the right view. All right, so let's go look at what's going on with that. We can debug that. Where is view? I wonder if huh. Hey, good morning, Lachlan. I wonder if it has to do with this. So what I'm wondering is when I did that, added in that new swapping out thing, where did I add that at? It was somewhere in those extensions. No, not those. Those are comment extensions. I don't remember where that was. This one. I think it's this stuff right here. I think we're setting the handler wrong. I bet that's what's going on. So the handler on that nested view is not right. Let's just try it without a hot reload and see if it works. Yeah, it's doing it again. Okay, so here's what we'll do to debug this. Right here, we're doing this. Or measured size dot height is less than or equal to 0. All right, so let's put a breakpoint right there. And let's run that again, because that should only happen in that one instance. Get this figured out. If not, it's Sweeky's fault. This whole swappable. Oh, come on. Hello? If it's never 0, how did that happen? All right, let's go. So weird. I'm dot with. I want to clean up that whole replaced, swapped view. All of that nonsense needs rewritten and cleaned up quite a bit. I think I can simplify that a lot. All right, so this view has a handler, and its parent is a second view, and it also has a handler. So, no, that's right. So why? Where'd this setting come from? Let's look at the call stack. Why is my call stack empty? Why don't I have a call stack? All right, we'll step forward, then we get one. Jerks. Arrange. Ah ha 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 ha. So this one's measured size is 0, 0. That makes sense. And it's child. All right, we can fix that. If a view measures itself, actually, that should be the fix. Boom. All right, now if this works, I want to do a couple more tests to see if that other thing we just did fixes things. Dang it! There's a height! Why? It's there. Nope, that should be, I don't know. That's that view. How many times is that getting called? That's getting called a lot. All right. If you and view dot handler equals this, because we're getting that called way too many times. I'm an idiot.
You ever get tired of being wrong? I do! I really do!
See if that fixes that. Second view, current view. Are those different numbers? 9U 93980. Oh, the handler thing's wrong. Because that's not a handler. That's all I really care about. Second view. Those, I don't know, those are the same views. All right, because there are two of them. Let's just see if that made it better. That just made that huge. Ha ha ha! Here's where we null it out. All right. So also, in this frame layout, I think we always set the frame. I think that'll fix it. Hate layout issues. I hate hunting down layout issues. All right, I'm going to remove the breakpoints because we fixed it, right? It's all fixed. We're good. Done. All right. Okay, let's check hot reload now. And then actually, let me split these up first. Let's do this. Okay, let's see if this fixes things. All right. Now, what I want to know, see if I fix this thing right. All right, so our comet, the container view. Oh, this is actually, this logic might be wrong. We'll find out in a second. Oh, sorry. So let's go to our second view now. And All right. Triggering hot reload. Are you gonna trigger? Are you gonna work? It didn't work. Why are you not triggering a hot reload? Oops. All right, it's working. It's replacing views. Something's not working though. All right, so let's go dig into the hot reload helper because that's what I was worried about. Is what I just didn't actually hook up like it should. I was hoping it would. And did I have? I want to just make sure I had those breakpoints in the right place. So having breakpoints here, that works. All right, so let's go to hot reload helper. So hot reload helper gets triggered. Gets all the new views, and then it's like, all right, let's trigger the reload. All right, so we've got that. Trigger hot reload. You know you want to. All right. So we reset the roots. Why is it not doing that? Whoa, 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 breakpoints. Get back to where you belong. How is that empty? All right, so active views. That's not right. That logic's wrong. I keep going back on this logic. So in its current state, there's no common app. Once we have a common app, we're going to have a root, which is the app. And then every view will have a parent. Replace the app. Okay. Parent is not. This is where parent is null. All right, so here's what we got to do. Parent equals null, or no, that might. I think we can just do or. Let's try that. Actually, I know what I was trying to achieve there. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's just try that. This is like one of the trickiest parts. Hot reload is so tricky. All right. Yeah, we're going to get all these for a while. I think what we need to do though first here is I think that's what we need to do. So that way we always check if it's been replaced or whatever else. Because that view is going to change during hot reload. I'm going to remove all the breakpoints because we don't care until after we hot reload. So I want one here, one here, one here. All right, so let's go reload this thing. And let's just comment that out. All right, so this should go trigger some hot reloads. We should have one now. We're going to trigger reload on that. Its view is now an H stack. All right. We have something that has no frame. It needs to trigger a reload. Yeah, that messed up and did not trigger a reload. So on replace, whenever this stuff changes, it needs to invalidate. I hate this stuff. I hate this part. So with the new stuff, whenever we do this reload, right? Reset view. Whenever this happens, this needs to, at the end, invalidate layout. We'll see. Hoping this gives us hot reload with all the new stuff hotness. And like I said, I need to clean a lot of this code up. All right, so let's do that. Let's go to the second one. Oh, end it. Where'd it go? All right, we know this. I'm going to remove these breakpoints. We know it's now hot reloading. So that's adding the subview. Is it going to fix itself, though? It might be fixing itself. That invalidate. Dang it, it did not, though. My question is, when it resets itself, just trying to think through what could cause this. Any thoughts? I know this is something that most of you guys might not even follow. So I'm triggering after I reload. I swap all the views out. I'm obviously creating them. Let's check something else. Let's see if these even have parents. All right, so this dot super view. All right, it has a super view. All right, what it should be. All right, well, let's go try our debug view. Maybe this will show us something I'm missing. All right, it's attached. Let's do view debugging. Let's do show view frames first. That's causing a trigger layout from adding stuff on. Kind of funny. It didn't add it though. Well, that's interesting. Nothing there. It's funny that this will trigger a reload. All right, so this has a layout. What is... All right, so here's the label. It has text. But nothing's being loaded. Why can't I unfocus? I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Get out. Escape. Take another snapshot. Isn't that what I did last time? Is I clicked that and it unfocused us. Darn it. This is showing me all that. Aha, so that has a frame of 0, 0, 0. So it never... That's interesting. So something else we can do. Oh, I need to go stop that debug. That's not going to ever work. So there's this reload handler, which is saying, hey, if this view reloads, tell me. I know how to handle it. And I wonder if that might fix it. I don't know. I'm in the weeds here. This probably isn't that exciting. All right. All right. So reset view. It's going to say, here's the old stack. Our okay, so we have a new H stack. And it goes through and diffs them all, does all that, blah, 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 resets its frame to 0. That's the old invalidate. So that needs changed. Actually, it doesn't even need that. We can probably comment that out. Now it's going to set. Let's turn that off. I wonder if that's the problem the whole way. All this is really doing, guys, that's what that's trying to do. Let's true that. See if that fixes it. Like I said, the old layout stuff and the new layout very different, so they're kind of fighting. All right, let's see what that does. Oh, come on. Come on. It's kind of working. All right, so this view is that our real problem? So parent view OB3E. Interesting. Let's see if that's firing every time once I reload. Actually, why is that set view being that? Oh, I'm doing get view when I call set view, aren't I? I think I'm already messing this up. I think I'm calling set view twice, so I never keep track of that. All right. Why is call stack not working? I need you, call stack. I can't work without you. So it's the same view. How is it the same view? Oh, because I set it on that first set. Which those two are different. 7Q, 2F. No, yeah. So these ones are different. So that reload's just a redundant reload. All right, so that grabs the child view, creates a new one. Adds it to the subview. And then do we ever... All right, so what we also probably should do is current view dot invalidate measurement for kicks. Or just do it at the view level. That should invalidate the child. And I might not even need that reload stuff because it's already doing it. Come back, old friend. Am I gone? Is it still working? Or are we talking about the missing controls? That's driving me crazy. Or are we talking about Stuart? Oh, the call stack. I know. What is that? Like, how do you debug without a call stack? Let's see if this goes. Oh, come on. But then, that's the funny part. Look. It's getting a frame. That's so weird. So, question mark, question mark. Let's just see what that'll do. I have no idea. Oh, no, I already measure. I already validate up the parent. What do I do to trigger the layouts to reinvalidate? I don't know. Maybe I'm not actually invalidating the parents in the layouts. Because all the views are there. It just needs to reload itself. Does calling reload actually cause it to measure again? What we'll do, we'll put a breakpoint on measure. No, I just keep turning off the Xcode thing. I don't have it running right now. If it's running, I can't do debugging. It totally breaks debugging. So if I'm debugging, it's not. I didn't have to add anything to make the Xcode thing work either. It just works. All right. Build view. Hey, we're measuring. What are we measuring? What is this? The H stack. What triggered the measure? Layout subviews. Okay, so it's infuriating. So I'm trying to be clever right now, okay? Let's just admit that. I am. What I'm trying to do is partial hot reloads, which should all work. The views are there. They have no frame. Well, they have a frame. It's just not set on the native stuff. If I do this, let's run this. I bet this will work. Let me... All right, let's see if this does it. Because this tells the entire everything to reload. But I should be able to just like, see, that works. But the whole thing we were just trying to do was new at, that's why we added that whole comment thing. Because that works. But I don't want to do the entire app every time. The problem is when we start getting too, why didn't that reload? I changed you. Now it's really confused. I wonder if the layouts aren't resetting properly. Because this is second row. There's something wrong between the handlers and what I have. Because look, it does not have the second row test. Let's just change that text. See if it even updates that. Look, it's still there. All right, so what I think I need to do when a layout all right, so here we have this abstract layout, right? And that does container view. When's clear ever called? I need something to reset the handlers. Is it just the layout handler that does it? What actually adds them? Okay, so something adds these. High layout, something does calls this. All right, set view. Nothing ever removes them. We never clear out the views. That's ah! There's no subviews.clear. All right. Dot subviews. Let's see what that does. Because I just got into a really weird state where I couldn't add or remove stuff. I just am opening up a work one. I'm going to go ping easy and say like, hey, whoa, layouts never clear themselves. All right, so where is my second view? That's getting better. All right, let's try fixing our hot reload then. Back to the old code. Might not have been me anyway, all that time. Since we were never adding or removing those views, it never triggered a layout. That's my guess. All right, moment of truth, guys. Moment of truth. Oh, come on. We have full hot reload, just not incremental partial. I know. Now, this will work. Two-staged update. So if I break that one, then I go to main page, I think. No. And I didn't teach my app. Since it's not a view, it doesn't know how to do that. That doesn't know how to redo itself. It's like, what the crap do I do with that? Ah. All right. I don't know. This is going to take some more deep diving. And I have no idea what it is off the top of my head. So I'm probably going to end. Any questions? Anything you guys want to talk about? Anything you want to see that's not partial hot reload updates? Because I'm going to fix it. Just don't know when. Just being stupid. Like you. All right. Well, super lame. I gotta figure out what's going on with that. Something's removing it. What? You don't have questions, Wiki? You always have all the questions. How the pipeline? iOS 14. I don't know. I haven't looked at pipelines in a long time. That's your job. You fix my pipelines. Did iOS 14 break things? No idea. It's a good question. Have you looked at Azure pipelines and iOS 14? Anyone tried that? I haven't. I'd hope it didn't. Just be a new Xcode version. Ah, so frustrating because now this is working. It's like, come on. I thought we were close, guys. I really thought we had it. I think somewhere. I'm not doing the list view layout. Hold on, let me check one other thing. I just got an idea. Yeah, just performance. I mean, also more so than just performance. Here's the thing, right? So with hot reload, if you're thinking about your app, right? I have my app, which is the root of my app. So it's a view, right? Think about MView. It's just a view, right? So you have your root, and then it might be a tab view with multiple tabs, right? If you're in a specific tab, I can hot reload just that tab, not the whole app. Now, if you start working at the app level, I should now reload, because what if you switch it from a tab to be a flyout or anything else? So I want to reload at that level, not just say blow it all away and come back. Now, I can just blow it away at the page level. That's what I'm doing here, and that's what I had code doing. So if it's a page, blow it all away except for the page. Who cares, okay? So blow it away at the page level. That I have working. But I would like to make it even more fine-grained. So if you have certain things inside of something and it's animated to a certain state and you're 10 pages in, but then the cool thing about that is if you're 10 pages in and you redo the app and you change all the navigation, it can then reload the whole app. So that was kind of my thought process on that. Or I can just reload pages. I mean, that's kind of what I have it set at right now, is just reload every page, concept of page. So everything that's in a view controller, basically, you get reset. I don't know. I don't know on that. But even then, that could get wonky if it's multiple layers deep. It's just the increments will just reload the page. I mean, the classes that you're editing that you're on sounds even better to me. Or not even the ones that you're on. Reload the pages that changed. So I can do it. I know I can do it. So it's not a question of whether or not I can do it. All right, I'm gonna just check one other thing. Yeah, let's just try this last thing before I quit, before I give up. And yeah, tomorrow's Friday. I wonder if I'll be streaming tomorrow. I don't know. Who's live coach streaming right now? Who should we raid? Let's look at that let's figure that out while I'm fighting stuff. Dun dun dun. Anyone you guys follow that's fun to watch? Hey, oh, that's in Spanish. Someone is working on a calendar view for Xamarin Forms. That's kind of cool. It is in Spanish. Anyone you guys can think of? I know. I'm wondering if we should. It's in Spanish though, so I don't speak Spanish. Feel bad sending people over to Spanish views. We can try it. Let me just press play on this. Okay, let's try this hot reload. Let's see if this is even being triggered. All right. Second view. HStack, which has one child, right? It should have one child now. I just deleted the second one. Perfect. So let's step over. Old views are 0. We created a new list view. It should not have done that. It should have reused. So maybe this view, does it have a super view? It does not have a super view. This thing's never getting used. I know what the issue is. No, that shouldn't have happened though. That was the whole point of this puppy. So maybe that, yeah, it should now have a super view. This has no super view. And it has children, right? Super views. Let's look at its super view and its subviews. Super view null, subviews 1. Yeah, this should make it work. I shouldn't even need to do that view and validate. Why this is getting called so many times, I'm confused about. Oh, because then my reload helper also then does it. We're getting some NS constraint nonsense. That could be it. So in our UI view, where's that stupid layout view? Under controls, something controls, platform controls. All right, so there's something about that thing has bit me more times than I can count. Oh, someone's working on the community toolkit? Yeah, we'll go check him out. I like it. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to chat. I was just trying this out. We'll definitely go raid him. I'm just going to see if that fixed it. We're doing our own layouts. We don't want constraints. It didn't complain though. See that? We didn't get all those million complaints. That view still doesn't exist. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna have to dig in and see what's going on. All right. So yeah, thanks, guys. This was fun. I need a break, and I'm gonna figure this thing out at some point. But thanks for everyone hanging out. We'll go check out this other stream. It's awesome working on the community toolkit. And thanks, guys. I might be back tomorrow. If not, next week. We'll see. See how I'm feeling tomorrow. See if I have time between meetings. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.